You know that feeling, right? You set this huge, ambitious goal, you're all fired up, and then, well, nothing. Crickets. It's like there's this constant war raging inside your head between what you want to achieve and what your brain wants you to do. Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down the strategy to finally win that war, not just for a day, but for good.
I mean, it's the million-dollar question, isn't it? We have the ambition, we've got the plan. Sometimes we literally have all the time in the world. So why? Why do we get stuck? Why do we procrastinate on the stuff that we know matters the most? The answer, it turns out, is a lot closer than you'd think.
And here's the big, kind of shocking idea from the source material. It says your biggest obstacle, it's not your job, it's not your busy schedule, it's not your situation. Nope. It's the very wiring of your own brain. And that's not just some fancy metaphor. This is a real fundamental conflict that we've got to get our heads around if we want to change anything.
Okay, so let's dive into that. Section 1, understanding this internal war. Look, we have to treat this like a real battle. And rule number 1 of any battle, you have to know your enemy. And in this fight, your enemy is your own survival instinct.
Here's the hard truth. Your brain could not care less about that promotion you want, or that marathon you're training for, or that book you want to write. Its only job, the one job it's been perfecting for millions of years, is to keep you alive. Period. And what does that mean? It means conserve energy, avoid risk, seek comfort. And your big, ambitious goals, they are the complete opposite of all of that.
And this really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got what your brain wants. Comfort, rest, the path of least resistance, the easy way out. It wants you to stay on the couch and just watch. But on the other side, that's the path to growth. It demands resistance. It demands action. It demands that you stop being a spectator and become a warrior in your own life. These two things are fundamentally at odds with each other.
All right, so if we know our brain is programmed to pull us toward comfort, how in the world do we fight back? Well, the first strategy is a total game changer. It's a radical shift in thinking. Instead of running away from the thing our brain hates, discomfort, we're going to start running directly at it. We're going to learn to use pain as our new fuel.
So think about it like this. From now on, pain, discomfort, that feeling of resistance, that's not a stop sign anymore. It's the price tag. It's the currency you have to pay to get what you want. You want to get stronger? The price is the burn in your muscles. You want mental clarity? The price is the strain of focusing when you'd rather be distracted. Pain actually becomes the receipt that proves you're buying what you want.
So how do you actually use this in the real world? It's so simple, it's almost silly. It's a two-step mental command. The second that little voice in your head whines, I don't feel like it. You don't fight it. You don't argue. You just hit it with the override. Good. That feeling? That's the signal. That means this is exactly what I have to do. Right. Now.
Okay, that leads perfectly into our next tactic, and this one is all about speed. Why? Because your brain is a master negotiator. It's a smooth talker, and if you give it even a few seconds, it will talk you out of anything hard. This next tool is designed to shut it up before it can even start.
3. That's the magic number. 3 seconds. That's your entire window of opportunity. Any longer than that, and the debate club in your head starts its session. The excuses start flooding in, and before you know it, your brain has won, and you're right back on that couch.
The rule is simple, and it is absolute. The instant you have the thought to do something toward a goal, get out of bed, make that phone call, start the workout, a countdown clock starts in your head. You have exactly 3 seconds to move. If you hesitate, if you wait for even 4 seconds, your brain's defense system kicks in and you've lost the battle.
And here's the play-by-play. It's super simple. Step 1, you feel it, that little tug of hesitation, the I'll do it later vibe. Step 2, don't think, just start the countdown in your head. 3, 2, 1. Step 3, the second you hit 1, you move, physically. You throw off the covers, you stand up, you grab your keys, no more debate. The time for thinking is over. It's time for action.
And that's the genius of it, right? Action is the antidote. Overthinking is the poison that paralyzes us, and physical movement is the cure. You just can't build a new life if you're always stuck hesitating. This 3-second rule is like a kill switch for that hesitation. It yanks you out of your head and shoves you back into the real world where things actually get done.
So, using pain as fuel and the 3-second rule, that'll get you winning some battles. But how do you win the whole war? How do you make this just who you are? That's where our next strategy comes in. It's all about building real, lasting strength through daily rituals.
Now, I'm not talking about some crazy 2-hour morning routine you're going to quit by Wednesday. No, the goal here is way simpler and honestly, way more powerful. You just pick one single daily thing that makes you uncomfortable. Think of it as your daily boot camp for your mind, where you teach your brain every single day who's really the boss.
And what do these little acts of war look like? Well, it could be anything your brain screams no at. That cold shower first thing in the morning, banging out 100 push-ups before you've even smelled coffee, forcing yourself to do 30 minutes of deep work before you even glance at your phone. Every single one is a small win. It's a little tap on the shoulder to your brain that says, hey, remember me? I'm in charge here.
And this brings us to the whole point of all of this. This is the big idea. Because these things we're talking about, flipping your view on pain, the 3-second rule, those daily rituals, these are not just clever productivity hacks. They are tools for something much, much bigger. They are tools for changing who you are.
Just look at the difference here. The old way of thinking, it's totally passive. You wait to feel motivated. You wait to feel disciplined. You're basically a slave to your feelings. But the new mindset, it's active. It's a choice. You don't wait for a feeling. You just decide, I am the kind of person who does hard things. And then you go act like it. The actions come first, and that's what creates the feelings you want.
So, let this really sink in. When you use that 3-second rule to force yourself into that workout or to take that cold shower, the point isn't just to check a box and say you completed the task. The point is to become the kind of person who does that stuff. The goal is to forge yourself into a machine that doesn't just survive under pressure, but actually thrives on it.
This is it. This is a declaration of independence from your own excuses. You're drawing a line in the sand. That old version of you, the one who listened to fear and obeyed every impulse for comfort, that version is done. It's time to install a new operating system in your brain.
So let's end with this challenge, straight from the source. Not tomorrow, not later today, right now. What is one hard thing you are going to do in the next 3 seconds to prove to yourself that the war has officially begun? The clock is ticking. 3, 2, 1, go.